Aloha, everyone. I'm Rick Kirkham of proactivecomputersupport.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a banner for Twitter using just Google Drawing. So let's start by going into Google Drawing. I've already created a folder here. It's going to be a banner for inhometutoringhonolulu.com. I've actually already made it. I made a very simple banner, but let's go ahead and do this. What we're going to do is we're going to start by going to New, and then More, and then Google Drawing. Okay. Now from here, if I made my banner from here, then I would have to use like Paint or some other third party to resize this. Instead, I can actually resize it right in here. And to do that, first I have to look up what the Twitter banner size is. And that happens to be 1500 by 500 pixels. So I go in here to File, Page Setup. Instead of Standard, I go to Custom, and then instead of inches, I go to pixels, and then 1500, now Tab key, 500, and then I can either press Enter or click on Apply. And now we already have the right size for the banner. Okay, now I don't want my banner to just be white. I want it to be a color. Psychologically, let's say green for go. So we can't just make a blank canvas green in Google Drawing. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to insert a text box, and we're going to draw that text box all the way across the triangle. Now, if you happen to let go or something, don't worry. All you got to do is grab that corner till you see the double arrow on the cursor, and then bring that back. That basically turns red when you're lined up. It's not quite lined up, so I'm going to go in a little bit more there. Whoop. Okay, now we're pretty lined up. Now I can change this text box color. See that little paint bucket right there? I can change that to green. Okay. Now I need in-home tutoringhonolulu.com on the first part of the banner. And instead of trying to figure out how big I want the font to be, I'm going to use word art. So I'll click on word art here, and we type in home, whoop, I want a capital T to separate the words, tutoring Honolulu.com. By the way, these URLs, which are website addresses, are not case sensitive. So if you type it in yourself just to get there, you don't have to use a capital T and a capital H. Okay, so now I press Enter on my keyboard. And whenever I do a banner, I always give myself space because it doesn't always seem to go on the top. In other words, if I went all the way up to the top here like this, I'm left mouse clicking and dragging to do that, then I'm going to end up with words missing on my Twitter banner. And once again, I can use the fill color. And this time when I select black, now my words turn black, and you can still see the green behind there. And I'm also going to hit bold. And you notice when I hit bold, the thing got bigger. So I obviously don't want it that big. So I'm going to get in here, get right in the middle, drag it to the right and resize it. And I'm going to drag it more over here to the middle. Whoop, there we go. If you look carefully, I'm having trouble seeing it. There we go. And then I'll drag this out, give it some wiggle room here. Now bring this up just a little bit. There we are. So in-home tutoring, Honolulu.com. Black's a pretty safe color. I am, in case you haven't figured it out yet, I am no artist. I could have found a a really nice fancy banner for Hawaii showing the city lights and all that, but I just want to show you how to do this. All right, so from here, you can actually, if you want to, you can actually copy this. So right mouse click for a menu, left mouse click for the action of copy, right mouse click for a menu, left mouse click for the action of paste. Okay, now obviously I don't want this to say the same thing. You see how those reds come up like that? That's telling me that I'm centered and even with the other word art. Okay, and I want a little bit more room. There we go. All right, let's double click on this, and that will be computers, behaviors. Whoop. I have a behavior where I couldn't spell behaviors. Computers, behaviors, poor grades, self-defense. Sounds like a weird combination, doesn't it? Those are firecrackers in our neighborhood. I don't know if you can hear those or not. So now I press enter once again. And once again, that's bigger than I want it to be. So let's do a little resizing here. Dragging and dropping still. Where's my end? There it is. Oh, okay. See how that turned red? Now I can also just use the scroll bar here at the very bottom. Find the end of this. Wait until I get the, there you go. See how I got the double arrow on the right? Left mouse click, drag it, and stop about right there. And I don't want the same color. So let's pick a different color. There we go. So let's pick red. And let's see, once again, let's go here. Let's take red. And there's red now. Does red go with green? I don't know. So let's look at the color wheel. And here's green. And the direct opposite of green is red, so that goes together. So I was in a lecture where a professional graphics artist explained this. This was so helpful when he did this. So if you look at the color wheel, the opposite colors are what goes together. And so I know red and green go together. Red and blue, as I one time hoped they would, do not go well together. And let's go up just a little bit on this because we have to make one more box. And this time we're going to make a text box. So let's do an insert text box. And once again, we're going to try and make it about the same size as this other box. And I'm running out of room to move the mouse because I've got a desktop unit right to my right here. I'm working on a laptop unit, but I'm a computer guy. What can I say? On here, we're going to give contact information. Text or call dual certified teacher J. Richard Kirkham, B.Sc. I use B.Sc, Bachelor of Science, because I refuse to put B.S. on my banners and business cards. We only have one area code here, so 224-1870. I should probably separate that with a dash or a dot. And then I want to give an alternate way of getting a hold of me. Let's make 3 spaces. Computer help 808 at gmail.com. Okay, and we don't want to leave that like that. So I'm going to do Control A, like so. Control A, that selects all. And first thing I'm going to do is bold it. I'm going to keep the letter in black because there's a little continuity that way. We got the black on top and now we got the black on the bottom. And let's go in here I can hit this plus sign and we can keep making it bigger that way, or I can actually type a number in if I click in there and then press enter. I right mouse click, sorry. I got my mouse does that to me. Press enter, that's a little bigger. Let's hit the plus sign a little bit more. Whoop, okay, we don't want that part. So, well, actually, that'd be all right. So let's keep going. There we go, not bad. Okay, and obviously we're not done yet. So let's get a picture in here. If people are going to trust you with their child, they kind of want to know what you look like. So this is my website here, proactivecomputersupport.com. I'm also a computer trainer and computer troubleshooting and repair specialist. So let's right mouse click on my picture and left mouse click on copy image. And now you could just go up here somewhere. Right mouse click, left mouse click for paste. There's the image. And once again, it turns red when we line it up. And of course, now I want to move stuff over a little. And you see how that red is on top of the picture a little bit? I kind of want the top of the picture and the writing to be level. And for this one, we can't, this is not word art, this is text. So if we resize this, then the whole thing gets resized. Sorry, that's my phone. So instead of resizing that, I'm going to hit Control Z to undo that. Instead of resizing, let's just press enter. Let's see, let's give the B.Sc a little bit more room here and do this whole thing. And there we are, just like so. Even though this is running a little bit over the line, it's still going to be okay. I can stretch it out just for neatness if I want to. Okay, and I like text or call because I like people to text me. People pretty much can text you at any time part of the night, and that gives them a chance to create an action. You know, if they've been really looking hard but now there's a phone number to call, they have to wait till morning. It's all frustrating because they finally want to get something done. Now they can text me. They can feel better that they've texted me at 1 o'clock in the morning, and they know I'll see the text when I get up in the morning, and I will answer them back. And we're not quite done yet. Obviously, we can't put a Google drawing in Twitter, so we have to download it as, oh, well, let's give it a name first. The new Twitter banner. Now, you notice I didn't put any spaces in there? Okay, by the way, you can just click anywhere and you get that title. The reason I didn't put any spaces in there is because when it downloads, it'll download with no spaces that way. If you have spaces in the title and you download it, you're going to have spaces when you download it. If you're going to upload this to the internet at all, the internet is not space friendly. So because I use these things on my websites and stuff like that, I don't use spaces. So we go to File, and now we select Download, and we download it as a JPEG. Okay, now a little trick for you right here. It's not if your computer will crash, or it's not if your computer will crash, it's when your computer will crash. So always have your stuff backed up. So I'm going to go back up here to my folder, and then I'm in Google Chrome, so I'm going to click this up arrow, select Show in Folder, and as you can see, I've been downloading stuff, but here highlighted is the new Twitter banner. I'm going to left mouse click, and I'm going to drag that right into Google Drive, and that way I've got it stored in here. And that's all there is to the Twitter banner. Let's go ahead and take a look at the new Twitter banner. If I double click on it right here in Google Drive, it'll show it as an image. And there's a little bit of white there, but I kind of like it. And here's, in fact, I kind of like this one better than the one I made for Twitter, but I'll go ahead. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I'll go ahead and show that one to you. And let's go ahead and X to exit out this part here. And let's go to Profile. Oh, okay, and there's the Twitter banner that we just made right there. And we did that without having to crop or use any third party or anything like that. So feel free to get a hold of me if you need Google Drive help. It is the Microsoft Office 365 replacement. And that's about it. So enjoy your computer, enjoy Google Drive. Aloha and God bless you.